Welcome to the Dorkcore Draft League, where I and 15 of my friends will be drafting Pokemon legal in the VGC Regulation H format and duking it out week by week. I'm Austin Lay Potato Chip Lay, and I'm going to go over my draft, week 1 prep, and week 1 match. I got selected to be the 14th overall pick of the draft. Not early enough to select some of the power picks in the format, but far enough to one end to potentially pick some of the underrated duos. This draft gave us 80 points to select between 9 and 10 team members, with Pokemon like Incineroar, Gholdengo, and Ursaluna Blood Moon taking up the most expensive tier at 15 points. With this in mind, I decided on a strategy of picking 2 expensive Pokemon first, then finding high-value mid-cost picks to complement my first picks. After seeing the 13 picks in front of me, I selected Grimmsnarl as my first overall pick. Grimmsnarl is a very versatile support option with its prankster ability allowing it to use support moves at increased priority, as well as damage and speed control with moves like Light Screen, Reflect, and Thunder Wave. I wanted flexibility and creativity with my first pick, so I can bring out surprises against different opponents. With my second pick, I selected Dondozo. While I initially didn't have plans to select the Dondozo-Tatsugiri combo, the potential of picking Dondozo could throw a wrench into the plans of any one of my opponents, forcing them to pick Tatsugiri, and Dondozo is a much more viable solo pick with an incredible ability in Unaware and the support move Yawn. In addition, I could also pick Tatsugiri later and threaten that combo on every opponent that I play against every week. Between my second and third pick, a lot of redirectors such as Electabuzz, Maushold, Indeedee, and Magmar were taken off the table. I personally had my eye on Electabuzz, so I settled on Electivire as a redirector and mix attacker for my third pick. Electivire retains the Vital Spirit ability from its pre-evolution, so I can get around sleep-inducing moves such as Spore and Sleep Powder. In addition, Motor Drive gives me a switch-in to electric moves that may target Dondozo, and follow me away any potential threats while my Pokemon get set up. My fourth pick, Gliscor, was a Pokemon I had my eyes on for a while due to the team that my friends Lorenzo Arce and Joe Kwan brought to the Latin America International Championship last year. Gliscor with screens is incredible at stalling games with its Toxic Heal ability, and gives me a complementary offensive and defensive typing with Grimmsnarl's Fairy moves and Electivire's ground weakness. With half my allotted budget gone, I decided to continue hunting through the 8 to 10 cost Pokemon for interesting picks. Infernape gives incredible utility with fast Fake Out, fast Encore, and good offensive stats, allowing me to be versatile with physical moves such as Fire Punch in close combat, or special moves such as Overheat and Aura Sphere. I also considered Salazzle, but decided that access to the setup move Coaching was more valuable. Even though I chose not to use Salazzle, I liked the idea of a bulky poison type, as well as needing more speed control in case my opponents could outdamage my bulk. I wanted a Pokemon that could heal itself, set toxic spikes, and give speed control, and Galarian Slowking checked all of the boxes. With the Regenerator ability and Heal Pulse, I could further increase the survivability of my Pokemon, and I could also flip the turn order with Trick Room. In addition, Galarian Slowking also gets surprising coverage moves such as Shadow Ball, Flamethrower, and Ice Beam. At this point, I decide to rip the bandage off and select Tatsugiri. The combination of Dondozo and Tatsugiri with the Commander ability forces my opponent to use Pokemon that can deal with the combination through moves such as Haze or Clear Smog, as well as being a good offensive threat with a special attack of 120. My friend John was building a powerful Rain Core at this point, so I figured it would also be better to avoid other players from selecting it for its Storm Drain ability as well. With only 12 points remaining, I selected Sceptile with half of the remaining budget. Sceptile is another fast mix attacker, but I wanted it for access to the moves Endeavor and Quick Guard, cutting my opponent's HP stat and preventing priority moves from disrupting my strategies. It also gets interesting support moves in Worry Seed and Shed Tail, as well as access to Grass Pledge to create a damage over time Wildfire with my Infernape's Fire Pledge attack. I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to get it off against my opponents, but the option sounded enticing. My final 2 Pokemon, Diglett and Haunter, were the result of me scraping the bottom of the barrel Pokemon for value. Diglett gets the ability Arena Trap to prevent switches, as well as Endeavor to further cut my opponent's HP, while Haunter provides a ground immunity and good special damage. Both Pokemon are relatively fast, and in a panic can create a mini Perish Trap mode to secure me endgames. Now that the draft is complete, we were sorted into 2 separate divisions. Each player would play against every other player in their division, as well as one cross-division match during Week 8, Rivalry Week. And yes, I was the one who determined the rivalry week matches. I was sorted into the Scarlet Division, where my Week 1 match would be against Tim and the Toge-Scholars. Tim has a very strong special attacking core of Whimsicott and Hisuian Typhlosion, and can further boost his damage by using Torkoal's Drought ability. Superior gives Tim additional grass damage and setup with its contrary Leaf Storm combo, and Mimikyu can set Trick Room as well as tank hits with its signature ability Disguise. Raichu provides fast fake out pressure and electric type damage, and Brambleghast can take advantage of Tailwind to output massive damage. Finally, Tim has Samurott to complete his Fire Water Grass starter core, and Shroomish as a way to put Pokemon to sleep. I was most concerned with Typhlosion's damage output, but with 3 grass types, I knew that he would rely on Samurott to cover up his difficulty hitting fire types. I decided to use Grimmsnarl in an unusual way, an Assault Vest attacker with enough attack to hit the plus attack nature bump, and the rest into special bulk. Fake Out allows me to stop attackers for a turn, Spear Break neuters the strong special attackers on Tim's team, Sucker Punch destroys Hisuian Typhlosion, and Fire Punch complemented the Fire Terra I gave it for defensive purposes. My second Fake Out user, Infernape, was there to dissuade Whimsicott from clicking only support moves. Encore would force a switch if it locked Whimsicott into a support move, especially with Taunt to force it to struggle. Fire Punch complements its Iron Fist ability, and I gave it a Moringa Berry to give it a little extra special bulk on a swap into a fire move. I decided to use Dondozo and Tatsugiri next, as Tim did not have a good way of dealing with the combination. I gave Dondozo the Mental Herb to prevent Whimsicott Encore and the Dragon Terra and Unaware ability to neuter Superior. Heavy Slam for Whimsicott and Mimikyu, Order Up to boost its attack, Earthquake to just spread damage, and a new tech move, Avalanche, to hit the abundance of grass types on the team. Tatsugiri is mostly a standard set with Focus Sash, Muddy Water Protect, and Draco Meteor, as well as a Steel Terra type. I wanted a move that couldn't miss and allowed Tatsugiri to guarantee endgames, so I gave it Mirror Coat for its 4th move. I decided to use Galarian Slowking to counteract the Tailwind mode, giving it Trick Room so it could go first with its low speed stat. I gave it an Iron Ball to underspeed Torkoal and Trick Room, and kill with Terra Rock Power Gem, as well as stab moves and Sludge Bomb and Eerie Spell. Finally, I had Sceptile. I gave it Quick Guard to counteract Raichu Fake Out, Endeavor to cut through HP, Worry Seed to prevent Superior from getting out of control, and Acrobatics to chip Pokemon down. I gave it the Aqua Berry and very high special defense, giving it a chance to live Specs Eruption from Typhlosion. Alright, this is kind of what I expected. The Samurott's kind of spooky, but I think he's going to go for the hyper offense mode first. Okay, so we have Grass Terra on a lot of things. That's really good. Actually copy this. Okay. So he's got Grass Terra so that he can... So I think the first game we go... that. Tatsugiri's pretty good. Stellar Terra. To go Sceptile? I think we go Sceptile. I got Acrobatics, which is really good. No Palm Up, which is really good. If I do this, I can preserve my Terra on Samurott, which is... or I can preserve my Terra, so he doesn't know that, which is really, really good. Nice. If he doubles my Grimmsnarl, it's kind of annoying, but I think it's okay. That way I go this. A trick room. Definitely trick room. That's fine. Um, I think I just fire punch and oh, okay. Good play, good play. I'm just gonna kill the Superior right now. I think it's like the biggest problem, and I still have one turn of Tailwind. It also means I need to go Dozo next game. I think Dozo would be really good for... Oh, what does Samrock get? Probably Shell Armor. I mean, Acrobatics here, always. My strongest move is Sludge Bomb for sure. That's an unfortunate crit. Let him hit that. Okay, that's fine. I'm gonna Acro this. Next one should do it. Nice. Okay. So that guy does no damage, which means that I think I lead this, and I go that, and I go that. I'm thinking I can probably just fake out the Whimsicott, and that leaves me like time to just wail on the Samurott. Does Samurott use Protect at all? Brick Break, Waterfall. Samurott does have Protects. I don't know what move it has, which is fine. That's fine. He's probably gonna double into this Grimmsnarl if I had to guess. So I'm just gonna double switch here. Alright, no, I'm gonna Sucker Punch that. And Sludge Bomb that, I think. Knockoff. He can't... Moonblast doesn't really do much for him. And if this Grimmsnarl goes down, then I'm totally fine with that. Okay. That's good. It's damage. Grimmsnarl lives. Nice. I go Dozo here, I think. I think I just go after the Mimikyu, I think. Ha! Owned! Owned! That's okay. I live this. Wait. Has he tiered yet? He's tiered dark. He tiered dark. Okay. Alright. Order up here. Yeah, let's speed this. And then the superior should die? Okay, it's Ash. Um, I mean, it's just checkmate. Alright, GG. It's my first win in a draft league in a while.